Most people think having no friends means something is wrong with you, that you're awkward, unlikable, or missing out on life. But what if that's not the full story? What if, instead of being a weakness, this experience is quietly shaping strengths that most people never develop? Psychology shows that periods of social isolation, especially when they're not chosen, can actually rewire the way you think, feel, and understand the world. And if you've spent a long time without close friends, you may have developed these four powerful and often overlooked traits. Number 1, you develop deep self-awareness. When you don't have people constantly around you, something interesting happens. You start spending more time with your own thoughts. At first, this can feel uncomfortable. You might overthink, replay conversations, or question yourself. But over time, research indicates that solitude increases self-reflection, and self-reflection builds self-awareness, the ability to understand your own emotions, patterns, and triggers. You begin to notice things like why certain situations drain you, why you react strongly to some people, what truly matters to you beyond social pressure. For example, while others may follow trends or group opinions, you've had the space to figure out what you actually believe. And that's rare. This kind of awareness becomes a strength because it helps you make better decisions, set healthier boundaries, and avoid toxic environments. So while others may know everyone around them, you know yourself, and that's powerful. Number 2, you become emotionally independent. Many people rely heavily on others to regulate how they feel. They need validation, reassurance, or constant interaction just to feel okay. But when you've had no friends, or very few, you've likely learned to handle your emotions on your own. Psychology shows that people who spend more time alone often build stronger internal coping systems. You learn how to calm yourself down, how to process sadness without distraction, how to sit with uncomfortable feelings instead of escaping them. For example, instead of immediately texting someone when you feel low, you might journal, think deeply, or simply allow the feeling to pass. That doesn't mean you don't need people. It means you're not dependent on them. And that creates emotional strength. Because when life gets difficult, and it always does, you won't fall apart just because someone isn't there. You've already learned how to stand on your own. Number 3, you see through people more clearly. When you're not constantly surrounded by social noise, you start to notice things others miss. Research suggests that distance from social groups can increase observational awareness. In simple terms, you become a better reader of people. You notice tone shifts, body language, hidden intentions. You can tell when someone is being fake, when they're pretending, or when they're not genuine. For example, while others may get caught up in surface-level friendships, you might instinctively sense when something feels off. This can sometimes make it harder to connect, but it also protects you, because you're less likely to fall into manipulative relationships or fake connections. You're not easily fooled, and in today's world, that's a rare skill. Number 4, you value real connection over attention. When you've experienced loneliness, your perspective on relationships changes. You stop chasing attention and start craving meaning. Psychology shows that people who've gone through social isolation often develop a stronger desire for deep, authentic bonds rather than large social circles. You don't care about having dozens of friends. You care about having one real one. For example, instead of enjoying small talk or surface-level interactions, you might feel drawn to deeper conversations about life, emotions, purpose. And because of that, you're less likely to settle. You won't stay in friendships that feel empty. You won't pretend just to fit in. This makes your circle smaller, but much more genuine. And when you do find the right people, those connections tend to be stronger, deeper and more meaningful than most. So if you've ever felt like having no friends makes you less than, take a moment to look again, because it may have quietly made you more aware, more resilient, more perceptive, more real. This doesn't mean loneliness is easy. It doesn't mean you don't deserve connection. You do. But it does mean that this phase of your life is not wasted. It's shaping you into someone who understands themselves deeply, who values authenticity, and who won't settle for anything less than real. And one day, when the right people come into your life, you won't just connect, you'll connect in a way that most people never experience. So if this resonated with you, don't ignore it. There's more to your personality than you've been told. Subscribe for more psychology insights like this and start seeing your hidden strengths in a completely new way.